Good evening, Royal We. It's good to be here with you all. Royal We live Monday night. We are starting later than usual, but nonetheless, we are on. We are going. Hopefully, we will see some people sign on, and we'll get to talk about some of the things that are happening around the world and happening in your lives. Hopefully, everybody's doing good tonight. Let me get the telephone number posted up there. What's up, Joshua? It's good to see you. Thanks for thanks for signing on. There's Tanya. How's it going, Tanya? I'm looking for my telephone number here so I can get that put on here. Ba ba ba. Hi, Joe in the know. It's good to see you as well. It's good to see all of you. Looking for my looking for my phone number. Trying to find my phone number. I've got to find my Google Voice and then get that number posted. I don't have my Google Voice number memorized. I still don't. Here it is. Okay. I found it. I'm going to go ahead and post the telephone number. For those of you who are new to Royal We Live Chat, welcome. And you're welcome to call it in. It's an opportunity for us to connect and communicate and talk, share what's going on in your world, ask questions, get the answers that you need, and have good discussions with people. There's a lot of people here who are able to help you, who have been where you're at. Call in. Call in. There's the telephone number. I'll go ahead and pin this to the top. There you go. Telephone number's pinned to the top. And tonight we're here just to chat and talk about world events, talk about questions, and I'm curious to know, where all of you are at as far as what's going on in your lives, and also what's going on as far as your opinion in the world right now. What's going on in the world? There's all kinds of crazy stuff. It's like when we think one war is over between people or between political parties, something else starts. There's always something. There's always something on fire. There's always someone being attacked. There's always some conspiracy. There's always some drama. And it's like narcissists are just full out coming out. It's craziness. And thank you, Joe in the Know, for liking the last video. We'll talk a little bit. We'll shift gears. We'll talk a little bit about the Royal We videos. Now, for those of you who, I gotta listen. First of all, I'm proud of myself. I gotta pat myself on the back because I have been holding myself to exactly what I said I was going to do on the Royal We, which is to make these videos Monday through Thursday in a particular format each day. Monday is motivation. Tuesday is going to be tips. So tomorrow's video is going to be tips. Wednesday is a reaction video to something, right, that's going on in the world. And then Thursday is just thoughts. And last week I did it. The first week, did it all week long. Today, Monday, was the second motivational video. And, it's just interesting because I see that. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. There I go again. When I work on these particular type of vlog videos, and hang on, Tanya says, "Hey Kevin, I have the photo you seek of me and my cup." Oh, I have that. I got it, Tanya. Anyways, I work hard on those videos. Actually, listen, that motivational video, not easy to make, just because of the music and the cuts and this and that. And I'm really, as I'm going to be doing these, I'm going to be challenging myself to make sure that the message is first, right? The issue, again, that I struggle with these videos is, man, they just don't seem to, and I'm just being humble, being honest with you all here, they just don't seem to pay off. What do I mean by pay off? Nobody watches it. It's like I've had you know, when I just have videos of me sitting and talking, people watch them. But when I'm out and I'm doing stuff, for some reason, people don't like watching it. And I can't put my finger on it. I don't know why. I am under the impression, and I have to look back to when I was hurting from narcissistic abuse. And I have to remember what I needed when I was just coming out of the relationship, when I was watching the likes of Melanie Tanya Evans and Richard Grannon and Little Shaman and Michelle, and you know what I mean? The people who helped me in the beginning understand what I was going through. And you know, they did nothing fancy. They sat and talked. And I listened, but I don't remember needing them to sit and talk. I don't think it would have mattered anything that they were doing. You know, I would have enjoyed it because of what they were saying. But it seems like when I go out and I'm trying and I'm doing the videos and I'm trying to take people on a journey, get them outside of the talking head, sitting down in an office just talking. But it's just not, like, I can't tell if it's being received well. The views on these videos on you know, like today's video is down. And I don't know if it's because of the thumbnail with my cheesy smile on it, or if it's the title, which the title of today's video is, what is the title of today's video? Doggone it. It's something, it's about ruminating. I think it's hijacking the mind. But for whatever reason, it's just not getting the views. And so I have to look at that. I'm like, man, I put in so much work in that. So, but no matter, I'm going to keep doing it. It's not going to get me to stop. I'm going to keep putting, oh, thank you, Jessica. Thank you. I'm going to keep putting the work into it every Monday. I'm dedicated. Monday is going to be motivations. And I'm excited because I'm going to start on Monday motivations. Like I said, it's not going to get me down. I don't care, views or not. If people aren't going to watch it, well, it's on them. If they want to sit and watch someone talking in their office, then I get it. Then they can watch a talking psychologist talk about narcissistic abuse in an office. But if they want to get outside and hopefully get some good insight and a good message and have some fun, then they can watch the Royal We on Monday's motivations. But next week, starting next week, I hope, I'm going to start to be visiting other people. I'm going to be sharing other people's experiences, people who are just crushing it outside of a toxic relationship, who have been through it, have been hurt, and hopefully share some of their experience as part of Motivational Monday in person. So I'm looking forward to getting into that as well. So it's not just going to be me, but it's going to be sharing in the lives of others. Oh, Revived Lady says, Lady says, Kevin, please realize so many states right now have been out of utilities due to ice storms. Oh, okay. That could be it. I didn't know that. I thought it was just us that got hammered with snow this past week. I forgot so many states have also just gotten nailed. That could be why people just aren't watching. It could be. Well, thank you for that, Revived Lady. D, thank you for put your comment there. I appreciate that. Deborah. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate you. Greetings, Jessica. Jessica says she's got her hoodie and shirt ready for pictures. Oh, wow. Yes, I'd love to see those pictures, Jessica. Send me those pictures. If you're on Instagram, just tag me at Join the Royal We, or you can send me a message on Instagram or email. Either way, I'd love to see it. Love to see those. And that goes for anybody who has any Royal We items, shirts, mugs. I saw Tanya's mug. It was so awesome to see her with that mug. That is so cool. So Deborah says no electricity for 4 days. Wow. Where's this at? I'm gonna have to look at the news. I had no idea. Dallas had a storm. Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you all. Listen, I'm not trying to cry and complain. Forgive me if I'm sounding like that. I'm not. It's something that I noticed. Hey Mike, how are you? It's good to see you here. It's good to see you. Glad you're here. You're in the right spot, bud. Uh, it's just something you notice. You work on a video. It takes hours to edit. You post it, and you hit publish, and you're like, go. Waiting, and you're watching people watch the videos, and you're trying to see, is it doing good? Are people responding well? Is it people watching it? This and that. And I see these. I shouldn't even look at the dumb graphs and stuff that YouTube offers, but they show you graphs and lines and bars, and they're like, this video's your usual viewers aren't watching this, and I'm like, no, why not? So it just makes me question. But like I said, it's not a discouragement at all. I just thought this seems to be something that I bring to the table here at Royal We Live Chat, because you all you're a community. You're the community. You're the Royal We community. You're here every week. You're able to offer insight and tips, and I usually run things by this community. I really do, and I get ideas and from all of you. So that's why I bring it to your attention. So thank you for that. Thanks for listening to me about that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed today's video. Next Monday will be another motivational video that hopefully will involve another person. I'm anxious. I'm working it out right now to go ahead and get that. I'll be working that out this week, and I'm looking forward to that. Tomorrow is Tuesday's tips, and I don't know. What do you all want tips on? What do you think would be a good tip video? And then Wednesday's reactions. And this is something that I think I'd like to bring to the Royal We community's attention, and perhaps you all can help me with this. When it comes to reaction videos, it's a dicey area. I could react to wow. Sorry, Revive Lady, about not having utilities. That sucks. I know what it's like. We got hammered. We got hammered this past weekend. I was late on Royal We Fellowship because we got hammered with snow, and all of my stuff was buried, and I had to dig my way through my to get to my studio door through all the snow on Saturday that fell Saturday morning. We had about 6 to 7. We had about more than 7 inches that fell. It was said to be between 7 and 12 inches, but yeah. So I got buried. My little studio here got buried under snow. So I can imagine around different parts of the country, it was just got hammered, ice and all that stuff. So I went out and sledded. I took it as an opportunity to go out this past weekend, and I went chaos sledding at this place called Art Hill in St. Louis. And today's motivational video that I posted was from that. Such a good time. I mean, it was my first time out there sledding. And, look, here in the Midwest, it's not like there's no slopes out here. People don't ski or snowboard because there's no lifts. But when it comes to the 1 or 2 days that you get good snow here in the Midwest, or 3 days, all the kids get out there with their sleds, right? And so sleds are a big deal out here. Sledding is a big deal out here, again, for the 1 or 2 days that they can. But the Midwest is kind of crazy. I don't know what to say about the Midwest. There's some good old boys. It's like, so you get to the hill and there's a bunch of, cowboys and stuff with their beers, and some had sleds. Some were using boxes. I saw people sledding down the hill on a mattress. I saw a couple of guys in a boat. They brought a boat to the hill. Not like a huge boat, but like a canoe that you would, that fits 3 people with their rowers. There was a couple guys in one of those dang things going down the hill in this boat saying, "Look out, everybody." And it was going fast. I'm glad they didn't hit anybody going down this giant canoe. There were people in laundry baskets. There were people in what looked like those moving tubs, like storage tubs that you store things in, and they would cut them and tape a bunch of them together to make these giant boat tubs. Somebody had a garage door. I mean, people would sled on anything, and that's just what it was like. You know, I wish I would have gotten more of the video. I think on today's motivational video, I caught the guy and the girl on their mattress. I'm like, is that a mattress? I got nailed too, by the way. So I was out there doing the video. I was talking during a segment, and I had no idea, but some girl on an inner tube came right down behind me. She wasn't going that fast, but it doesn't matter. The weight of that girl and that inner tube just took my legs out, like as if I got like karate kick. Just literally took the legs out from under me, and you could see it on the video. I land right on my face on the snow. Yeah. So, and then I walked up the hill, and I was filming up the hill, and you could just see the people just darting down. It was pretty chaotic. So you take all that in consideration. You had drunk people out there sledding down on anything they can sled on: cardboard boxes, mattresses, boats, laundry baskets. And then I had my sled that I had bought. And so I was trying to be very careful while I was out there. It was fun. It's a good laugh. I mean, I've never seen so many people laughing. It's like they were just loving it. I mean, even falling all over the place, sledding down. It was a good time. And then at the end of it, when I left, because again, I think that what happens is, because there was so much snow, everybody rushed out the moment they heard there was going to be snow, and just wiped all of the stores of the sleds, and they were just empty. And so that's why people started bringing laundry baskets, and some people were bringing rugs. I didn't put that on the video, but someone straight up brought a rug, and I tried it, and it didn't move. Rugs don't go down snow. But there was a kid. It was a couple of parents drove by me when I was leaving, and there was a kid in the back seat, and they're like, "Will you sell us your sled?" And they were Spanish speakers, I think, so I didn't quite understand them because of the accent. I didn't know if they were trying to buy my camera or what, because I had my camera, and they're like, will you sell that? And I'm like, you want my camera while I sell my camera? And no, the sled. And they're like, no more sleds anywhere, no more sleds. And my son in the back seat, we only have rug, not sure if it's going to be fun. And so I'm like, oh, you want to? And I see the kid pop his head up through the front, and he's smiling, and I'm like, oh man, you can have the sled. And so I tried to give my sled, the sled that's in the video, I tried to give it to him, but he refused just to take it. And so he made me take $6. No, you take the money, please take the money. So okay, I'll take the money. So that was good. I wish I would have gotten that on the video, but that's, that it wouldn't have been a part of it. It was just a good thing, and I felt good. I felt good knowing that little kid, probably around the same age as my son. And by the way, my son was there too when we were there. He was on his own board, and I was going down with him. I made a different video for my Facebook that included my son and me and my daughter going down on the hill. We spent the entire day there. So I know that the video on Motivational Monday was just like 6 minutes worth, but I was there all day long, sledding and stuff. So matter of fact, you could see in the video some of the spots my face looked like it was getting kind of burnt because the sun was bright, and I was out there for a long time. So my nose was getting kind of burnt by the sun, I think. But anyways, at the end of it, I gave that other kid, that family, the sled, and they were so appreciative. And my son was bummed. He's like, "You're giving our sled away." I said, "Connor, look," I said, "this is it, man. This snow's going to melt. It's not going to snow again this year. That's it. So sledding season's over in St. Louis. We're done. So don't worry about it, and before next year, we will get a new sled. I promise you. And we will, we won't wait like most people do. As soon as sleds are available, which are usually like in October, you start to see plastic sleds and stuff in the stores, Target and Walmart, wherever, Dick's Sporting Goods, they've got all kinds of really cool sleds and plastic plastic rockets that you can use to sled on. So we'll go buy another one. I told him that. Like, don't worry about it, man. This kid, this is his he's not going to be able to sled on anything if he doesn't have our sled. If we don't give it to him, he's going to try and sled on a rug. That sucks. And so my son was cool with that. Yeah. Deborah says if you sledded that long in PA, you'd get frostbite. Yeah, it wasn't that cold. Oh, Tanya says I'd love to see the outtakes. I was this close to putting the outtakes at the end of the video. I was that close. I was thinking about it because there was so much. I had outtakes of me and my son riding, me and my daughter riding, us falling. I fell over a lot. I didn't just get hit that one time with that girl with her inner tube. I got hit a few times, and just because you can't just stand around on that hill, someone's gonna nail you. So, a lot of outtakes. I had so many outtakes. I was thinking about it, but I'm like, no, it's just it'd be pointless. I should have though. I should have. Maybe what I'll do. Maybe what I'll do is put the outtakes on Instagram. Maybe I could do a little outtake thing on Instagram. It wouldn't make sense on YouTube, especially at this point, not after the fact. People wouldn't, because it'd have nothing to do with helping people from toxic relationships. You know what I mean? So it'd be just for a small group of you. It'd be like, oh, I'm interested in seeing the outtake. So I think what I'll do is put that on Instagram. I think I'll put something together, edit something, outtakes, and just put it on Instagram. I think Instagram would be a great place for that. Yeah, hey, Jessica says I got sleds from Costco for $20. But we were a little sickly, so maybe next weekend. Yeah. I think that you can get. I think we got our sleds at Costco too. It was either Costco or Target. But yeah, that's where you get them, real cheap. But people wait here. It's like, this snowstorm, whatever this storm is that hit all the states. If you notice this storm, it just kind of it was thrust upon us. Like, we did not get a whole lot of time to prepare. I don't know where you are in the states, but we had like 3 days. We were warned 3 days before the snow fell. We were like, there's a huge, massive snow and ice front, and it's about to cover the whole United States and drop 12 to 20 inches of snow. And people were going nuts. We'd go to the store to get water. Spring water was wiped out. We drink bottled spring water, and it was wiped out of the stores. For whatever reason, here in the Midwest, people go and buy all kinds of like pancake mix. Dumb, man. It's people's. Forgive me. It's not dumb. It's just different. It's traditions, So I don't. It's like waffle, pancake mix, and French toast. Like, bread was just wiped out of the shelves. Water was wiped out of the shelves. People just go nuts. It's like a few days of snow, and people here in the Midwest act like it's an apocalypse, And so it's, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the pandemic, but it wasn't toilet paper. It was just random things like water, bread, and pancake mix. And then the sleds. The moment they said snow's falling 18 inches, like, all the sleds in every stores were just like wiped out. People just ran and they just yanked those things off the shelves of everywhere. And that's when I got there. Like, in the opening scene of today's motivation video, like, I got out of the car and there's 3 girls right there walking with cardboard boxes. And I'm like, there's the cardboard boxes. And, I saw a lot of cardboard boxes there. Yeah. So it's good to see y'all here. Right on. I've just been rambling. Haven't seen if any of you have any questions or what's going on in your world. Everything going good? Yeah. Yeah, Missouri got hit by the snow, but that's it. I'm probably, I'm pretty sure this is it. So it was late. Missouri's snowstorm was late this year. Usually it's around December, January. February is kind of late, but I guess not. It is what it is. Come March and April, it's going to be rain, but probably no more snow. In May, more rain. Midwest gets hammered. We get hammered with rain, lots of rain, tornadoes, rain, tornado warnings. And then after that, it's going to be lightning bug and mosquito season. Woo! Love them things, right? Oh, man. I can't stand St. Louis mosquitoes, man. Giant little buggers, man. And then, wow, whatever. We get a service and hopefully, we try our best to annihilate them all, but it just seems like you can't. Yeah, I was speaking about tips. What all? Oh, a couple of things I wanted to talk with you about. Right, so tips. Anything you would like to see a tip video made on, let me know. Drop me a comment, shoot me an email, shoot me a text message. Say, Kevin, this would be great for tips. Tips being, here's things you could do to handle this type of situation. Things where you are looking for ideas. Let me know. But the biggest question I had is the reaction videos. I wanted to get some ideas about reactions, and here's why. There's a couple different directions I could go with the reactions. For those of you who watched the last 2 reaction videos that I've done, I did one with Dr. Jordan Peterson, and I reacted to his speech about healing from abuse, from betrayal. How many of you saw that reaction video? It was a few videos back, 4 or 5 videos back. Dr. Peterson, he wasn't talking about narcissistic abuse. He was talking about betrayal and what it does to a person. But I turned it into, this is what happens with narcissistic abuse and why it takes so long. He provided a great explanation. It ended up being a good reaction video. People loved it. Then I did a reaction video on Joe Rogan last week. Okay? And I did a reaction video based on the way people have come out or starting to treat him over, because he's a podcaster and he talks. He has no political agenda, nothing like that. He just talks to people. But as we know, in the narcissistic culture, if you talk about things that are against some other forms of ideas, they attack you. Me personally, I call that narcissistic abuse. It's how dare you talk about anything that we disagree with. That's what narcissists do. You know this coming out of relationships. If you even talk about something that they don't agree with, they try to punish you. So what we see is that on a larger scale. But here's the issue I'm running into when I do these reaction videos is that there's people who follow me but see it differently. They're like, oh, so Joe Rogan is a good guy because, did you hear he said this? Did you hear he used the N-word? Did you hear blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, okay, so I don't know in my reaction videos if I should, this is the question for you all to help me out here. What would you prefer? Is it better to react to some of the things that are happening in the world and try to compare it to toxicity, use it, show the narcissism on a grander scale, or would it be better to keep reaction videos towards reacting to others who are offering healing advice, what would you all say? What would you all say? So again, the question is, Deborah said, I loved it when you said, let the children go home. Deborah, hey, on that Joe Rogan video, I got to tell you, I cut a lot of it out. I was, I went on a rant, and I basically, I went on a rant. I lost it. I kind of went to this, I didn't lose it. I just went to this place where I was like, these people, these musicians on Spotify are attacking Joe Rogan, and it's not even the same thing. They're musicians. Joe Rogan is a podcaster. So it's like, why don't they go and compete with other musicians? Why are they pointing at a podcaster, somebody that does something different than them, and attacking him for what he does? It makes no sense. And to me, I went on a little rant saying that they're probably jealous because Joe Rogan and podcasters are, doing great, and maybe their music's not doing so great. Anyway, and I didn't know. So, but anyways, I cut all that out because I realized, no, that's not the message I'm trying to get out there. But it really did bother me. The whole thing for me was, look, yeah, if you're not happy, if you want to leave, if they want to leave Spotify, let them leave. Joe Rogan shouldn't be apologizing because there's a few musicians that are like, well, we don't want to be on the platform because he is. He's a podcaster and we don't agree with him. So we want to take our music and go. Well, go home, I don't think Spotify should look at that and say, oh no, please, Neil Young. Please, Neil Young, don't go. Please don't go. We'll make Joe Rogan apologize. Please, Neil Young, don't leave us. I don't get it. I don't get it. Jessica says, I say focus on healing. Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. All right. Well, since Jessica is the only one to answer that, then D says, okay, reaction videos, your perspective on current issues are great. So there's two of them. You know what? I'm just going to go back and forth. I'll do both. I'll do some reactions on healing, on different ideas and ways of healing, by reacting to the videos of psychologists and doctors like Dr. Jordan, and there's other ones. And then I'll do some videos that I'm reacting to real world situations. But man, there's some crazy stuff out there. What if I reacted to Whoopi Goldberg? Is it Whoopi Goldberg? Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. Who wants to see a reaction video to Whoopi Goldberg? Or would that be a no-go? Say, Kevin, don't do it. Don't do it, Kevin. There's a lot that can be said there too. Revived Lady says, yes, reactions to current issues. The world is always great. No, I know Revived Lady Jessica isn't the only one answering, but she was the first to answer, and so I appreciate that. I think it might be jealousy. Yeah, it's true, Chevy. Yeah. Fake news, poor Joe. What are the truckers doing in Canada? Minnesota Jude. Yeah. When I think of Whoopi. Oh, so Tanya says, what's the story there? Whoopi Goldberg? Yeah, the Holocaust one. So Whoopi Goldberg had got herself in kind of a hole and then made it worse. So she said that the Holocaust was not race. It wasn't a race issue. Despite everybody knowing that it is. Germans wanted to basically annihilate Nazi Germany wanted to annihilate any race they perceived as less than. Their Aryan race. I mean, everybody knows this. There's Aryan race, and they viewed them all. And so that included the Jewish people, right? They considered them a race, right? And they were trying to destroy them. They put them in ovens, and they burned them, and they killed. This is what the Nazis did. It was race-driven. Whoopi went out there and said that it had nothing to do with race. What she said is it was white on white, the white on white horror of humanity is what she called it. That's just the horror of humanity. It wasn't race. It was just, she basically said it was just white people killing other white people. You can't qualify. Her position is you can't call that a race, and she backed it up. She doubled down on it, basically going on an interview, and the gist of what she said is it can only be racism if it's black people, if it's people of color. So what she's saying is that because of the color of skin, Nazi Germany, Chinese, Asians, white people, Caucasians, we're all one race. We're the white race. And then I guess that means that black people, and I would do this on a reaction video. I would say, well, okay, well, I guess then if that's what she's saying, then everybody with dark skin is one race. So that means that black people and the Hispanic people, and they're all the same race. If what Whoopi's saying is true, it's ridiculous what her claim is. She's basically saying that she's saying race is something that I see. It has to be the dark skin. That's the only, if it's not that, and that's why she thinks that she's making a statement that only racism can only be against people of darker skin. And so everybody's just losing their minds. Like, Whoopi. And she's been suspended, which most people are like, suspended? Most people would get fired. People would be attacked, and there's Whoopi because she's just getting suspended. She's getting a slap on the wrist, and Whoopi can't handle it. She's like, I'm suspended? Wow. And she's threatening to quit, you know. And so there's an awful lot to talk about there. Not only that, not only that, but she farts all the time. And so I've seen like at least 4 or 5 shows where she just farts on the show. So I don't know. I was thinking of doing a reaction video to that, and maybe having a guest called Whoopi, but it'd be like a Whoopi cushion, and I'd ask questions and then squeeze the Whoopi cushion and for an answer. I don't know. Is that too silly? I want to see what Minnesota Jude is saying here. Truckers are protesting and stopped delivering because they were ordered to get the poke. Oh, wow. Cops are arresting people who are trying to feed and bring gas to the truckers? Where's this at, Minnesota Jude? Yes, Deborah farts. Whoopi Goldberg, look it up. If you look it up on YouTube, just type in Whoopi farts, and you will see lots of shows where she just sits there. She'll be talking, and then and she'll go, "Oh, was that me?" Ooh, and she thinks it's great. That's Whoopi's thing. She likes to fart on show. I'm not making it up. It sounds gross, but that's just what she does. So that's what I'm saying. She's just out there. She's farting all over the place, and she's saying that the only race there is the black race. And then there's white people. It's just crazy. Yeah, people don't watch I don't know who watches that show, The View. The View. Anyways, back onto the trucks. I want to find out what's going on with the trucks. The Freedom Convoy in Canada, thousands of truck drivers in Ottawa. So, Ottawa, Canada. Truckers for freedom. That's good. Huh. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look up the truckers thing. I think it's great. Let the truckers go on strike. Good. Listen, and that's what needs to happen. The truckers should all stop. Everybody who's being forced to get the poke, whether or not they're poked or not, I think just for the simple fact that they're trying to force people, I think they should all stop. Even ones that did get poke. I mean, listen, even if I were to get the poke, when I realized that they were forcing others or they'd lose their job, I would join in a protest. I'd say, no, I'm not down for that. Trying to make people do something? Are you crazy? Is this still America? What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with your heads? And, so good for them. Because here's what's going to happen. The country is, it relies on truckers. It relies on these things. And so if they all stop, just like the airplane and travel, if they stop and they don't show up to work, then things stop. And the sad part is, though, everybody, guys and gals, is it makes you ask the question, is that what they want? Does the government... The USA is really weird to me now, but does the government want everything to stop? Have you thought about that? Have you considered it? Do they want people to stop? Do they want the market to crash? Do they want to go through a period where people can't get food, people can't get items? Do they want to... Is there an element of this once great nation that would like it to see it just fall to chaos? And are they trying their best to ensure it happens? What do you think? What do you think? Are they trying? Are they slowly pushing and trying to bring people to the edge to stop, to quit, to give up, to protest, to just kind of stop society altogether? What are your thoughts? An agenda. I mean, the only thing that they could get out of it would be just a collapse. People couldn't get... Yeah. Carol says, haven't watched TV in 3 years. Truthers are online now, but even online, they're starting to silence the truthers. They don't like that. This is why Joe Rogan's under attack. And he's not even out there. Joe Rogan's not even somebody who's giving opinions. He's just asking questions to a lot of people because he likes to find the truth, and he's under attack. Yeah. Yep, they do. YouTube takes videos down that talk about it. Oh, they froze their GoFundMe money? Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Joshua has an interesting point there. Have human chaos, which is what would happen. So people can't get food, people can't get anything anymore. Basically, the only thing that would happen out of that is chaos. People would go into chaos. So, well, Revived Lady says the stimulus would not have been given out if that was the case. Perhaps. But it still doesn't make sense. I don't know. Well, different things to talk about. Nonetheless, huh? Yep. Narcissist web being broken. coming here soon. Yeah, well, gun sales are up. That's for sure. Lonesome Lenny says. It's crazy. I have cousins out here in the Midwest that have been planning for these things for years, like over the past decade. I lived my life in California. We're just kind of naive to all this stuff. You're in the dark side, Kevin? Am I? Am I in the dark side? I don't know what it is. I'm just a curious mind, thinking of these things too. It's just crazy. It's beyond me. It's difficult when you have a mind that searches for truth, and you like to try to look for, just curiosity, a mind for curiosity. God has given me a curious mind. I've always been curious about God. I've always been curious about the Bible. I've always been curious about life. And with that curiosity comes this search for knowledge. And what I'm finding is with the search for not knowledge, but the search for understanding and to make sense of things is that it's hated. And the more you try to make sense of things, the less you can. Not only that, but the more you try to make sense of things, there's a certain element in this world that hates that you're trying to understand things. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah. Yep. Well, we'll keep going, right? We'll continue on. The Royal We will be here. Tomorrow will be tips. Tuesday's tips. If you haven't watched Monday's motivation video, I encourage you to get on there and check that out. And tomorrow will be Tuesday's tips on the Royal We. And I'm going to wrap it up here pretty shortly. We've been going for almost an hour. And I'm starting to get chilly, so I'm going to go warm up. All right. Well, listen, blessings to all of you. Thank you all for your support, for your ongoing, continued support of the Royal We. I appreciate you so much. Tanya, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you all for being here. Next week, we'll be back here. Yeah, Jessica's right. Yeah. Next Monday night we'll be here, Royal We Live Chat. So come ready, make some phone calls. Love to get some phone calls getting back in here and talking to you guys. All right. Thank you all. Have a great night. Blessings to you. Have a great night's sleep and have a great rest of your week. For those of you who are with Royal We Fellowship, we'll be continuing Saturday. So join me for Royal We Fellowship on Saturday morning as well on the Fellowship channel. And we'll see y'all next Monday right here. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great week. Blessings to you. And good night.